Good morning Year 5 and welcome to your Thursday maths lesson. Please record today's date and learning objective into your maths book and underline them. Then write flashback 4, work out the answers to these 4 questions and don't forget to do your time. Pause the video while you have a go at those. Let's see how you did. Here are the answers to each of those calculations. Can you mark them please in blue pen? And then let's begin our learning for today. Today we're going to look at subtracting fractions. And in order to do that today, we're going to apply a lot of the same skills that we did when we were doing adding fractions. The only difference is we're going to take them away instead of adding them, but the same skills apply. Number 1, 3/5 take away 2/5. Well, you can see here, if I was going to add them, I'd just add the numerators because the denominators are the same. So if it was adding, I'd do 3 add 2. For subtraction, we do the same thing, but we're taking away instead of adding. So we do 3 subtract 2, which is 1. So it is 1/5. For number 2, we're going to apply the skills that we learned for adding. If it was 5/9 add 1/3, we would need to change 1/3 to 9ths so that we can work with the same denominator. So we do the same when we're doing subtraction. We need to change this to 9ths. So we multiply that by 3 to make 9. So we multiply the 1 by 3 to make 3. So it's 5/9 subtract 3/9. 5 subtract 3 is 2. So it's 2/9. For number 3, complete the addition pyramid. The number is the sum of the 2 numbers below it. So this add this would give this. This add this, you can see, will give this. This add this will give this. But for this addition pyramid to work it out, we're going to have to work backwards. So we're going to use subtraction. 1 whole subtract 3/10. Well, if we're going to subtract 3/10, 1 whole one would be 10/10. 10/10 subtract 3/10 leaves us with 7/10. Well done if you spotted that. Here, a number add 1/5 gives us 7/10, or 7/10 subtract 1/5 gives us this answer. We need to have the same denominator, so 1/5 is the same as 2/10. 7/10 subtract 2/10 is 5/10. And what's 5/10 the same as? 1/2. Well done. Let's apply this into our learning today. Here we can see the calculation 3/4, and we can see it drawn here in our bar model, subtract 3/8. So, applying what we know, we need to change 3/4 into 8ths. What would we do to 4 to make it into 8? We'd multiply by 2. So we do the same to the numerator, 3 times 2, and that's 6/8. Now we can do the calculation. 6/8 subtract 3/8. That means out of these 6 pieces, we need to cross off 1, cross off 2, cross off 3. And then we can see we're left with 1, 2, 3 out of the 8 pieces. So the answer is 3/8. Pause the video and see if you can do it with this one. Let's see how you did. 9/15 subtract 1/5. We should have applied what we know to change this into 15ths. We would multiply 5 by 3 to make 15. So we multiply the 1 by the 3 also. So it will be 3/15. So we're going to have these 9/15 and we're going to subtract 3 of them. So we're going to cross out 3 of those 15ths, and we're left with 6 of those 15ths. Is there a number both parts will divide by? Both parts will divide by 3. 3 goes into 6 twice, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So it is 2/5. Well done if you spotted that. On this question, we need to match the calculations on the left with the matching calculation on the right. To do this, you need to convert one of the fractions on this side into an equivalent fraction. You might have to do both of them into an equivalent fraction. If we have a look, for example, at this first one, can you find any of them on the other side that have either 5/6 or 12/18 in those positions? You should spot that this one says 15/18 subtract 12/18. So the 12/18 is in that position. Let's check. Does 5/6 convert to 15/18? To change 6 into 18ths, we multiply by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So this is the matching one. In this one, we've got 8ths and 16ths, but none of these have that. But we should be able to spot that 8 and 16 don't go into 10. They both do go into 32. So 8 times 4 is 32. 7 times 4 is 28. 16 times 2 is 32. So 1 times 2 is 2. So they match. And this one, we do have tenths, 9/10, and 1/5 will double up to become 2/10. So they match. Well done if you spotted that. Your turn, please, to have a go at questions 1 to 4 on the worksheet. Here is how I would like you to do that work. I would like you to record it all into your book directly. For example, 1A, we can see is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces because we start with 5/6. I've coloured in 5 of those pieces, and then we have to subtract half. So you can see I've converted it into 3/6. Then I cross off 3 of those 6, and I can see I'm left with 2 out of the 6 pieces. So the answer is 2/6. You might even be able to convert that again by dividing by 2, and that will become 1/3. I'd like you to keep going. That's 1A, complete until the end of question 4. Pause the video while you do that, then come back to me ready for the next part. Let's move on to the next part. Here's Whitney. On Monday, Whitney reads for 4/7 of an hour. On Tuesday, she reads for 3/14 of an hour less than on Monday. For how long does Whitney read on Monday and Tuesday all together? So just like I teach you in class, we need to build a picture of each part before we move on. So we need to draw a bar for Monday, and I've written M for Monday. And that's worth 4/7 of an hour. So we record it on there. Tuesday, I'm representing with a T, and because it's 3/14 less, can you see I've drawn my bar, less. Let's record what we know. This is 4/7. Now Tuesday, she didn't read for that long. That's how long it was less than Monday. So it's this part here. This part here is the less, and that's 3/14. But we don't know how long exactly for Tuesday. Pause the video and have a think. What 2 things are you going to need to do? There are 2 calculations. Let's have a look at that together. So here we can see that bar model drawn out. You can see, first of all, I'm going to have to do that 4/7 and take this chunk away to find out what's left. Let's see what that looks like. 4/7 subtract 3/14. Well, we know how to do that because we've just been doing those calculations. We're going to change 4/7 into 14ths. We double 7 to make 14, so we double 4 to make 8/14. This part stays the same. 8 take away 3 is 5/14. This is how long she read for on Tuesday. The second part of the question was, how long does she read on Monday and Tuesday altogether? Well, now we know what Tuesday is, we can add them together. So we do 4/7 add 5/14. We need to convert the 4/7, and you can see we did that there, so we can just write it down. Add the 5/14, and that makes 13/14. But because it's time, we need to record that as of an hour. So it's 3/14 of an hour, just under an hour. Let's have a look at this one. What's the difference between 7/10 and 1/5? Find the difference is when we're doing a subtraction, and the easiest way to do that is on a number line to look at the difference. Here is 0 and here is 1, and the bar is split into 10 pieces because we're working with tenths. We can see that 1/5 will convert to 2/10, and we're going to put the 7/10 and the 2/10 onto the number line. Here is 7/10 and here is 2/10, and we're finding the gap between them because that's what we call the difference. So we can see here we've got 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10 difference. And 5/10, remember, is the same as 1/2. Pause the video and have a go at this one. Let's see how you did. We're still finding the difference, and this time our number line is split into 9 pieces because we're working with ninths. 2/3 we'll need to convert into ninths. We would multiply by 3 to get into ninths, so we do 2 times by 3, which is 6/9. Now we need to put 6/9 on the number line and 3/9, and we're looking for the gap between. And now we can see we jump 1/9, 2/9, 3/9. So the gap is 3/9, and that's the same as 1/3 because both parts divide by 3. 3 goes into 3 one time and 3 goes into 9 3 times. Well done if you saw that. Your turn, please, to have a go at questions 5 to 7 on the worksheet. Here is how I'd like you to record that in your book. You can pause the video to read carefully and look at how to lay that out on your book in your squares. I'd like you to continue all the way to the end of 7, and then red group and anyone who would like the challenge, here are your challenges, which should be in your pack red group. You stick each challenge neatly using the squares to line it up into your book, and then you must show your working or your explanation at the side. I've given you some sentence starters to help you work it out. Good luck with those challenges today, and well done for all your efforts. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for your last math lesson of this week. Goodbye.